What's going on, like babes? Welcome back. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss a video when they're posted. I'm here today to give y'all a 3-month lock video update to let you know what's been going on in my head. So as we're entering 3 months, one of the most tragic things happened, the things that we all fear. I lost a lock. And I lost the lock in the very back of my head here. Right here, there used to be a lock. And when I say I lost it, it didn't unravel. It legit came out. Look at the pic. So I want to talk about my experience. I'm still trying to really process exactly what happened, but I have a pretty good idea of why it happened. Number one, y'all know since I have my locks installed, I cannot keep my hands out of my hair. But in addition to that, before I even started my sister locks, I had traditional locks, which I would typically twirl, and it's in the same section. And when I had my traditional locks, I would actually have like thinning locks. So my locks were longer, and I would always twirl like in the middle, and it would break off. And I have a feeling that that habit has carried over to my sister lock journey. And sister locks are so much more delicate than traditional locks. I mean, look how thin these babies are. And mine are so new, and you're not even supposed to twist locks, right? But it is just a habit that I've had that I have to break, or I could see myself losing a lot more locks. So after I lost the lock, the first thing I did was tell my loctician, like, girl, we got a big problem. I lost the lock. I'm texting. I'm like, I know my appointment is, not for another whatever amount of days. And what do I do? She called me immediately, and she's like, what do you mean you lost the lock? This isn't normal. What does your head look like? Let me see your scalp. Because of course, her concerns went to like, is it a scalpel issue? Is your hair thinning anywhere in the scalp? And as you guys can see, my locks are full. They are extremely healthy. I don't have thinning or any of those problems anywhere in my head. It's not a lock problem. And I was explaining to her kind of how it happened, because I was literally driving down the street, and guess what I was doing, y'all? This right here, right? And as I was doing it, the lock just came out. So with that being said, I'm completely aware that it's a habit problem that I need to break when it comes to my locks, but it really did make me do a little bit more research and dive a little bit more deeper into like hair loss with sister locks, and made me really think like, whoa, could this be something that could spread? Could this be an issue I have later? And when it comes to hair loss, I think that's something that I thought about just for like a brief second before making the decision to get my sister locks. But it wasn't something that I'm like, oh, am I going to lose my hair? Because my hair is so full. My hair is naturally so thick. And it just wasn't a major concern for me. And even now, I'm not too concerned about hair loss, even with this lock falling out, because I know that's more of a habit thing. But it did make me a little bit more cautious, I guess. And it's prompted me just to be more careful with hands in my head and making sure that I'm keeping my hands out of my hair and not constantly touching it. If I, find myself in a moment where I am touching my hair, just to, okay, hands down. Like I'm really learning the importance of keeping your hands out of your hair. And I'm looking forward just to kind of show you guys some of the growth here, to my hair continuing to grow. I mean, over the last 3 months, aside from losing the lock, I haven't had any issues with my hair. It is time for a retie. I have one coming up in about 2 days. But just so you guys can kind of see how full my hair has gotten since my install. Many of you know they were super duper tiny. And now, they are extremely full. And even in the back where the lock fell out, you can hardly tell. And in doing the research after losing a lock, it's not uncommon to lose locks around your nape and your edges as time goes on, but it's not extremely noticeable either, just because our sister locks are so tiny. So that was even something that was common. The time that I've learned in my research that you should be concerned is if you're losing locks, like if this lock fell out here in the center, or you're losing them in multiple places in your head, then you might want to take a step back and be like, whoa, what's going on? Do I need to regroup? What do I need to do? But if you're just losing like one lock, like I did, and you know it's because of your habits, it's definitely nothing to be concerned about. But if your hair is just falling out all over the place, yeah, you need to talk to your loctician and see, like, you know, what's going on with your scalp. Do you need some kind of treatment on your hair? You know, do you need to cut your sister locks off? Is it going to continue? You know, you just need to figure out what's going on with your hair. But for me, I know mine was habit driven, and I don't expect to lose anymore as long as I can keep my hands out my hair. And I just want to share that with y'all because it is something to think about, you know, especially if you're new to sister locks or getting sister locks installed, or you're on the fence about it. It's definitely something to consider, but you got to know your hair. Like, what's your hair texture? What's your thickness, the density? I mean, even women with thin hair don't experience a ton of hair loss with sister locks from what I've learned. So it really is just a person by person thing. And if you guys want to share your experience below with hair loss, losing a lock, your lock journey, please do. I want you guys to tell me everything you've experienced and even some of your fears. Like, what are you scared of? Like, is this the thing that's stopping you from getting sister locks? Because if it is, you know, maybe you shouldn't be so scared. It's not really common. I think it's a myth that you're just going to lose your hair, you know, getting sister locks. But I wanted to share my experience and my story. Y'all know that's what this channel is all about, my hair journey, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So like, comment, share, and subscribe. And thanks for watching. Bye.